The spotlight is back on Kanye West. The Super Bowl breaks all sorts of records. Coachella creates a lot of controversy, and we've got your Oscar hosts.
It's all coming up right now on The Take.
Hey everyone, and welcome to The Take. I'm Elizabeth Wagmeister.
And I'm Clayton Davis, and we're here to give you our take on some of the week's biggest stories. A lot of scoops this week, a lot of news. I've enjoyed it.
Yes, and you had a huge scoop. So let's start off this episode with your news.
Yep, the Oscars, right? Variety exclusively has reported we have 3 hosts for the Oscars: Regina Hall, Amy Schumer, and Wanda Sykes. The famous comedians will take the stage not together. They will helm a different hour of the 3-hour ceremony set to drop on March 27th. So I'm very excited for it. Regina Hall, who's been great in comedies like Scary Movie, great in dramas like Support the Girls. Wanda Sykes, hilarious legend, should be amazing in that role. And Amy Schumer, who has a show coming out on Hulu, great way to promote cross-branding there. And I think we're gonna have a really good show. It was maybe a random choice to some people, but I want to see what their synergy feels like.
I'm super excited about this. First of all, they're making history. It's the first time in the Oscars history that there will be 3 women who are hosting. They are all incredibly talented, hilarious. I am fans of all of them, but I am personally very excited for Wanda Sykes. As you said, she is a legend. She's just going to be hysterical. But let's move on. Coachella is not requiring any proof of vaccination, no masks, and no COVID tests at all. Now, this is not just Coachella, it's also Stagecoach. These festivals each bring in over 100,000 people per weekend. I'm a little confused. Is the pandemic over? I don't quite get this.
I think it is utterly insane that they would do this. And I swear, if another variant comes out of this, I know where I'm pointing the finger. This is just so pointless and dumb. And I don't know why we are still having this discussion. At minimum, testing should be required. And we can have the vaccination argument all we want, but testing should be mandatory.
Yeah, and I mean, just this week, news came out that COVID guidelines are being extended until the end of March on Hollywood sets. So that means if you're a crew member, if you're an actor, to show up on a set, to work, to receive a paycheck, you have to be fully vaccinated, which requires a booster. You have to be tested. You have to wear a mask. All these things that are designed to keep us safe, which I, again, am a fan of. That's my personal opinion. But then you have these giant events like Coachella, like the Super Bowl, where we're seeing no mask. It's really not okay. It's not the example that we want to set. But let's move on and talk about something else with Coachella. Kanye West, who is supposed to be a headliner, he might not be performing because Kanye West took issue with Billie Eilish, another headliner, and he said that if she does not apologize to Travis Scott because of something that she did, which she really didn't do, that he's not going to perform.
Okay. Like it's Kanye's having a very interesting time in his life right now, between Pete Davidson, between everything that's going on with him. So I will just say that Coachella, if he's not there, I think it's still gonna be a good time.
Here's what I want to say about that. Unless you've been living under a rock, there's so much Kanye news going around. In fact, just this week, the first part of his documentary on Netflix, Genius, dropped. But he is someone who's been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. That is out in the open. So I just want to say, for us, we are part of the media. For people on social media, we do need to be careful how we're talking about this, because it's easy to poke fun and make light of everything that he's saying, which can seem very outlandish. But we're dealing with mental illness now, so we need to be very careful in our messaging. And it's always good to reflect on ourselves as well as part of the media. But let's move on to talk about the Super Bowl. We just mentioned it. There were not a mask in sight, but there were a lot of people watching. In fact, history was made with the viewership. Over 112 million people tuned in to watch the Rams, our team, go LA, win. This made history for the biggest viewership in over 5 years. I don't think this is a big secret. I'm not a huge sports fan, but I have to say, to have one event like this unite people is so major, and it's just really great to see. And I have to say, being in LA for this win, it just really did feel very exciting to see the city come alive.
Yeah, I was also very excited by the concert that took place in the middle of the Super Bowl.
The best halftime show ever.
Snoop Dogg can crip walk all he wants for the rest of his life. It was great to watch. But we also got to look at some really good trailers. We saw Lord of the Rings, the first look at the most expensive TV show ever made, $465 million.
Yes,
to
that's
create
coming out
this
on
show.
Amazon.
It's coming out on Amazon Prime. Excited for it. We have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Got a new trailer, a look at that. And then we have Jordan Peele's Nope, which I'm really excited about after Get Out and Us with Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer. Another horror something going on. We're not really sure, but I'm really excited for that this year.
Yes, I mean, I usually am more excited for the commercials and the trailers and the halftime show. Again, I was excited for the Rams win, but I'm here for the halftime show.
Absolutely. But we do have to end a little bit on a somber note. 2022 struck again. We lost Ivan Reitman this week, the famous director and producer of Ghostbusters and Kindergarten Cop, and famous father of Jason Reitman, Oscar-nominated director of Juno and Up in the Air. We lost him this week at the age of 75. I love Ivan Reitman. He's made some of my favorite movies, and he was in the midst of getting ready to shoot the sequel to Twins called Triplets with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. No word if that's officially happening anymore, but we lost a good one this week.
Absolutely, and I am sure that whatever does happen with that film, there'll be a great tribute to him. And this is one of those instances where we really saw not just Hollywood, but fans really pour out with love. And you could see that this was just not a great man, in film, but also as a person. And It's always great to see that. So rest in peace, of course. Now, Clayton, it's Friday, which is exciting since it's the weekend, but we have a bit of an announcement. You want to give a shameless plug?
Yes. Tonight, make sure you watch Actors on Actors with your new hosts, Wags and Clay, because we'll be helming that new season, and we're really excited about it.
Yes, it airs on PBS, 8 p.m. Make sure to check your local listings for everywhere. That is one of our favorite series, varieties, Actors on Actors. And as always, thanks for joining us right here on The Tape.
Thanks for watching.